And then instead of
We are live.
Palpatine returning, Snoke comes back.
He should have. Well, Snoke should have been a body. Snoke really should have been a body jumper. In my opinion, he really should have been a body jumper. Like after Kylo cuts him down, then they hear a sinister laugh out of nowhere, and that's when Kylo realizes, "Oh, this guy's." Well, not an amoeba. I mean, like he hears like a sinister spiritual laugh, and that's when he realizes, "Oh shit, this guy knows a hell of a lot more about the dark side than I do. He's got a evil spirit floating around."
Goosebumps? He just keeps going from body to body with his spirit.
Hell, if they actually had to have Palpatine come back, they could have had that be Palpatine and having body jumped into Snoke and then have him body jump into something else in the next movie. I mean, I wouldn't want it anyway, but it would have been better.
I actually had a better version of Palpatine's resurrection in that it wouldn't actually be Palpatine resurrecting. It would be a Palpatine clone body, but Palpatine the idea would be that Palpatine died during Endor, and the spirit that was inside the clone Palpatine body was the son from the Mortis gods from the Clone Wars. That's what I would have done, at least.
Or you could have just had it be the son instead. Or you could have just had it been Snoke. Snoke could have just come back. I don't know.
Well, yeah, actually, Snoke in a Palpatine body would have been really fucking cool.
Yeah,
he's trying to rebuild another like body, and he's using the Palpatine one as like a temporary spare in the meantime.
You know what would have been cool if Palpatine didn't speak in the movie, and it was like, because you know how like in portions of the movie he's like talking to Kylo, but like when like just in his mind, like he's just reaching out to him, like he's like, "Oh, you told me you would kill Rey. Like, don't be a thought." And then he's like, "Okay, I'll kill her. I know where she's going. She's going to Endor." Like, he's talking to him, like on the other side of the galaxy. I thought it would have been cool, just a good, like, just for the atmosphere, if Palpatine's body didn't speak. Like, it was just, like, his mouth, his head is, his face is just, like, completely void of emotion. And he's basically just speaking to Kylo through the Force with his mind. That would have been
cool. So in other words, he's in a catatonic state. Basically, worse life support than in the Rise of Skywalker, and he's speaking to.
He's a vegetable, and he's just speaking to Kylo with his body.
And there was actually something similar to that in Tales of the Jedi with the Onderonian King Omen. He was like the dude completely couldn't move. He could barely move his mouth.
Yeah, imagine how cool it would have been if the first time Palpatine like moved and spoke was when he actually came off the Omen and was like coming out of the thing when he absorbs Rey's power. That would have been fucking cool. Like that's the first time we actually see him like laughing and like moving around. Instead, he's just like he looks like SpongeBob at the end of the movie, SpongeBob movie, where he's just like hanging from like the stage.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Come on,
we should probably talk about Boba Fett now.
Oh yes,
that was literally what I was about to say.
He's your Fett, yes.
Fun fact: my favorite reaction to the trailer for Boba Fett, not trailer, the post-credit scene for it, is MGF Customs when he comes in and he sees Bib Fortuna, and Boba just sits down and he just goes, "The Book of Boba Fett." And then it just says December, and he literally screams, like, and he's watching it at like 2 a.m, coming December 2021. He's like, no wonder they kept that out of the conference. I love Ross. His reactions are so funny, and I'm not even like ribbing him. Like I legit thought his reaction was funny. But
CT has returned.
Somehow CT returned.
Oh, no problem.
So I mean, we're talking about Book of Boba here.
He wished to discuss the Book of Boba a bit more. He's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Guys, I actually have a good headcanon for that I want to discuss. First of all, fucking Max Rebo returned. That was amazing.
Yeah, I mentioned in your tweet, looked like he lost some weight.
He didn't lose weight. I just think he looks smaller.
I feel like he lost some weight and he needs to gain some of it back because honestly, that's not a good look for him.
He needs to be thick.
Chubby is a much better look for Max Rebo.
Yeah, but I have a good headcanon. The Bith he's performing with, I think, could be Figure and Dan. I think that would be a really cool headcanon. Because
I suggested that.
The Cantina theme. They're performing like a more jazzy version of the Cantina theme if you listen. And if you turn on subtitles, it says revised Cantina theme. So
yep, I saw that.
What if the two greatest musicians in Mos Eisley join forces and make their own new band, and they hit up the Twilight Cantina and they like combine their music together? How cool would that be, man?
Well, Figrin would have to break it off with the rest of his Biff boys because I didn't see them there.
We don't know what happened to the modal nodes. It's okay, but I'm happy that Max Rebo's getting more gigs. But that was a good. I should have recorded it because my mom also knows who Max Rebo is. So I saw
Okiro begging that Slice Noodle doesn't return.
Slice Noodle, she better not return. I hate her. I fucking
you don't like Slice Noodle?
Nobody likes Slice Noodles. The only person who liked her was Zero the Hutt. Now he's fucking dead. So
that is true. He had bad taste in women.
he did have bad taste in women. I absolutely hate.
She shot him.
Her. She may
be that's not good taste in women.
Star Wars character. She may be the worst Star Wars character. Like so, I like. You know how I said? Sorry, wait, just a minute. You know how I said I'm okay with bad characters appearing? Like when the Martez sisters showed up in Bad Batch, I was still excited, even though I don't like them. I'm like, oh, cool, it's the Martez sisters. I will make an exception for Slice Noodles because she has no character. She is just like the epitome of a bad character. Okay, Brant's done. Net, you can speak now.
Gee, thank you. So one thing that I would question if people realize is do people not understand that Mandalorian helmet actually has electronics in it and things that are very useful to somebody who is expecting danger, and maybe, just maybe, if you are expecting problems, you should wear the helmet.
This is my complaint.
Maybe that's why the Twi'leks put the money in the helmet, because then Boba couldn't wear the helmet. They couldn't just give him a tote or a thing. They knew,
and all Boba had to do was empty it.
Where's he gonna empty it though?
He can hand it back to them and say, "Deliver it to my compound." I mean,
he just have a bucket, please, like a bucket.
I would have asked
not even ask. He supposedly owns it, so give me a sack. Just
give me a sack.
I own your bucket.
Yes. So what the hell?
Honestly, if Boba was going to take off his helmet, he should have done a Loki thing from Thor Ragnarok, where he just slams it into somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
that would have been cool.
I would actually be okay with that if it was done for a purpose, and then probably
he pours all those coins out. He sees a guard coming, and he just
yeah.
I mean, they take advantage of Boba's arrogance more.
I do not mind that he took.
Boba shouldn't be this. That's the problem. Sorry, Ned. Sorry, Ned.
I do not mind that he took the helmet off while in the cantina. That was completely fine. He was doing business.
I mind
that. Yeah, but it's more of a quibble. But my point here is that it is more of a tactical thing. Of okay, he took it off because he wants to be able to actually see eye to eye or whatever. I mean, I can see arguments on both sides. But then he leaves the cantina
with the helmet off.
With keeping it off, going through the streets, which he knows is fucking dangerous. I can even support the idea of him doing this with just him, Fennec Shand, and the two Gamorrean guards, because it's a fuck you maneuver. Because it's him saying fuck you. We can take whatever you send at us. But if you do that statement, then you motherfucking have to be able to back it up. So you make sure that you have your blasters, you're fully armored, and when somebody has the nerve to come at you, you pound them into the ground. It's kind of undercut when you have to be dragged away to a back to pod.
Yeah, that's where I agree with you. Again, I still think he should have scouted out the area first. I would have I would have had plants.
He didn't have that. He didn't have that labor. Like he only had Fennec and the two Gamorreans. But you could just have Fennec do it. Like,
Now, but part of the reason why I keep on hammering on about the helmet is not so much about the protection that the helmet gives. It's about the surveillance capabilities that the helmet gives. This is something that is not canon which I know because it comes from Legacy of the Force. But when Boba Fett is talking to Jaina Solo and Han Solo, you find out that these Mandalorian helmets actually give a 360-degree view. It's pointed out because
from the visor.
Yes, the visor gives a 360-degree view. So, as I was just rewatching this scene to get those images, I just saw him take precious time looking left, right, left. Guess what? He shouldn't have to do that. He should be like, okay, they're all coming to me. I know where they are. As they come, as each of them starts approaching, I kick here, I whack there, I shoot a micro missile there. But no, he has to spend time.
In other words, he should have planned out the assault.
Yeah, just as they were coming at him.
Even I agree with that because even back in the OT, most of and again, you can say the same about Din. Most of the head nods with a Mandalorian helmet are always like a subtle indication that they're observing the area, that they're keeping an eye open.
I mean, there might be more or closer to current stuff that explains it, but I just remember very clearly having it explained by Boba Fett himself to Han Solo and Jaina Solo. And
it is a little weird how he just doesn't wear the helmet. I just think that was very, I don't know. I guess it should have been more. It should have been there should have been a better excuse than just he needs it to carry the money.
Oh hell yeah!
I feel
they can give you a sack for that.
It's a fucking. He's using it as a coin. He's using it as a coin purse.
Yeah. But,
dude, this is a Mandalorian armor helmet. This is not a coin purse. This is a potential weapon.
I feel like Boba just doesn't use his armor to the fullest advantage. He doesn't use the jetpack when he's surrounded by the shield.
Okay.
Do you think?
Had to get my Bluetooth headset here to.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Was he even wearing the jetpack in that scene?
I don't know. Actually, give me one sec. No, I think he is because I've got it up in front of me.
Yeah, because then if he isn't, that just raises the question of why aren't you wearing the jetpack?
Yeah.
Well, it was since repaired after Din smacked it, so there's no reason it shouldn't work.
Because the missile is mounted in the jetpack, right? And I'm looking at the missile right now.
He uses it in The Mandalorian. He uses it in The Tragedy. When the Razor Crest explodes, he's like, "Oh, I gotta get to Slave 1."
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you run out of missiles. He probably still has more aboard Slave 1. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, he has
fire spray now.
He has no.
I'm sorry. I should correct it now. Fire spray.
Or Boba Fett's ship, TM.
They're not renaming it to Fire Spray. They're probably.
No. Did you know that on something official, they actually had Boba Fett's ship, TM. They trademarked Boba Fett's ship.
It's Disney. They'll trademark anything.
No, I know. But the point is that the point is that they trademarked that, which is kind of like, okay, so is that what we're actually calling it now?
I don't know, probably, but they're probably just obsessed with. For me, it doesn't have to do with Disney changing the name. I think that just shows Disney's complete domination of the marketing committee.
It shows their complete disrespect.
Anything.
It also shows their complete disrespect of the past.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't think they're erasing the name Slave 1 because Slave 1 is still in the database on StarWars.com. The name of Boba's ship is still Slave 1. So
his jetpack is 100% there.
Huh? It is.
His jetpack is 100% there.
We know he has.
Yep, I'm looking straight at it right now.
Okay, but with the jet, with Slave One, I don't think they're gonna change the name of it. I just don't think they're gonna call it by name. Like
they'll never call it by name again.
They likely won't.
Like when
that's actually my Joe. That's actually my point about them trademarking book in Boba Fett ship, because instead of ever using Slave One again, they're just going to treat Boba Fett ship as if that's the name of it.
Yeah, that's stupid, but it's fine. It's
so you're right.
To me. Because Slave One isn't like this. Slave One isn't the most like iconic ship to casual.
Bite me.
I say that.
Bite me.
I say that obviously it is.
We're talking about a ship that goes sideways and floats that way.
Yeah, really, it's really not that big of a ship. But really,
you're telling me that's not that big of a deal. That's like back when I was a kid, that was like the coolest fucking thing ever.
No, it is. It is a ship.
But Boba Fett ship, the Slave One, which was sideways when it was down, and then goes up and flies like that. I'm like, that's the coolest shit ever. This guy's the coolest guy ever. He's got a T-shaped helmet, and this is before I even knew what the fuck a Mandalorian was. He's got a T-shaped helmet, a jetpack, little missiles in his knee guard, spiky boots.
I thought you were gonna say missiles up his ass for a minute.
Yeah. Well,
he might have one. You never know. He might have a rocket launcher up his ass.
No, but that reminds me of what JXC did after the tragedy came out, when he said that he's like, I see people are like going crazy over Boba Fett's knee rockets.
That's too bad, Soapy.
I made an algorithm that combines body parts with weapons, and you just did random parts, and if you clicked the randomized,
I remember that,
something like penis flamethrower or something like that.
Yep, I saw that.
Oh, is this thing on YouTube here?
It's gonna be.
It's on. I think he tweeted it like a year ago when the tragedy came out.
Yeah, I remember him doing that.
If you really want to look, you can go back a year, but I don't recommend it because that's literally just go to.
I mean, you can probably find it on Google.
Just Google JXC rockets and you'll find the tweet.
And Jay also did that live on stream as well.
Of course he did, but I love JXC.
I got a flamethrower coming out of my penis.
I can see Tamara Morrison say that.
That's disturbing.
I would pay him to say that shit in a Boba Fett costume.
My problem with the jetpack especially is that there's no reason for him not to use it. Like with the Mandalorian, when Din forgot the jetpack, it wasn't that big of a deal because it wasn't like the focus of the scene. Like Din, like you could say, oh, his Bluetooth isn't hooked up. Like when you lose your phone, you can't like just hook up to your headphones. Like when I'm on like the wrong floor in my house, if I forget my headphones upstairs, I can't just connect them. Like it's frustrating, but it happens. So you could just do like a hand wavy thing with the jetpack. It was annoying. But with this, why can't he just fly up? Like, just go up. It's not hard. Just fly up.
Yeah.
But
fly up!
I know. It was. I would have been. What they should have done was just do like a very quick shot of one of the people like hitting the jetpack and it like malfunctions. Like they like shorted out. That would have been like completely fine. Like, oh, that's why he can't get out because they hit the jetpack and it's like destroyed now. And he has to repair
that joke, by the way, is a reference to DBZ Abridged. when Gohan was teaching Trunks, he literally does the exact same thing Piccolo does, where he's like, dodge! And then he's like drowning in water. He goes, Mr. Gohan, help! He's, fly up! I can't swim. The current's just. I said, fly up!
And yeah. Using your resource to their full potential, who would do that? Well, definitely nobody that Disney directs.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would have been fine. Like, you only need one shot of the guy, like, spearing Boba in the back and then, like, shorting the jetpack out. That's why
that would have made made sense. If a spear hit the jetpack, honestly, Boba would have, like, lost that shit instantly because he knew, like, oh, if he hit the wrong thing on this, it's going to blow the fuck up on my back.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that.
Then that's exactly legitimate. Again, yeah, I agree. That's exactly legitimate reasoning as to why he wouldn't use the jetpack. But for the most part, he just has it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. But I do like, other than that really stupid thing that is pretty much just a nitpick that at the end of the day isn't that big of a deal, I do like the fight scene. I like how brutal it is. I like that Fennec and Boba just get like the shit beaten out of them. And
you
I
like that?
I like the little.
I can see where Joe's coming from. It's a bit more grounded in reality if the hero struggles in the fight.
Yes, but in this situation, no.
No, these guys have to be expert fucking assassins to take down the heavily. Because Boba was trained by his dad. Boba was trained by his father in. Again, Boba was. True.
Okay.
Again, but Boba was trained,
or showed more.
Boba was trained by his father in Mandalorian martial arts, so he should know how to counter this shit. No problem.
Before Jango was decapitated here.
Oh yeah. Mandalorians taught their kids from like a young age on how to fucking kick ass.
No, Jango taught him after he died.
No. They teach their kids from like 4. If you can't kick ass, you're dead meat.
Boba was brought along on various missions, if I remember correctly.
I think that the reason that Boba not lost, because he did end up beating all of them with the Gamorreans' help. I think that the reason that he lost was just because they surrounded him so quickly and they pretty much just outsmarted him. And
that's why he needed his helmet on.
I do like that he just lost. He didn't lose because it was like a hand-to-hand fight. Because he just kicked their asses once the Gamorreans opened the shields back up. So if he
had just had some way to be able to use sensors to notice guys coming at him, and not gotten trapped like that in the first place. Gee.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that annoying little plot device called a helmet?
Yeah.
It's only like your headgear, but it's fine.
And also there was more than one way past those shields, by the way. He could have easily used his fucking knee rockets. He could have fired at the ground next to one of them, blown him out of the area, since apparently he's immune to his own fucking flamethrower.
Shoot, I hope my dogs aren't making too much noise here.
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
But
you there?
Yeah. Still here.
So
are you guys there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Do you have adorable dogs?
Okay. So
yes.
So now, just to go back to what we were talking about before we actually went live with the helmet. My question that I asked everybody here was, okay, so after the helmet has been filled up with we can hear you. After the helmet has been filled up with all these coins and they're walking back using it like a coin purse, they get attacked. The helmet falls on the ground. The Jawas steal the coins and don't
not the
take
helmet.
the helmet. Why wouldn't the Jawas take the helmet? I noticed somebody responded to my tweet saying that they wouldn't want to anger the new crime lord. And since we're on here, I haven't actually responded to that. But my response will probably be, okay, you don't want to anger the new crime lord by taking the helmet, but you're okay with taking the money.
You're okay with taking the new crime lord's money.
Okay then.
Where the hell did Joe go?
Comes and goes.
He must have been having technical difficulties or something. Because
he kept on worried whether we could hear him or not.
Oh, great! Now it's just
everyone's leaving. Did I scare everybody away?
I hope they can come back.
I mean, I'll definitely add them back, assuming that they come back. Okay, one's coming back. There's Natsu.
Apologies for that. I accidentally hit the wrong button.
I've done that. And yep, and there's Joe.
Sorry, I went to Disney when you talked about the knee rockets. I went to go check Disney Plus to see. I want to see if the shields go all the way down to like the floor, and then Boba couldn't use the knee rockets. When I exited the tab, it kicked me out of the meeting.
I have actually accidentally left my own stream in the past. That's one of the nice thing about that's one of the nice things about StreamYard. It keeps going even if the owner of the stream drops out for some reason, so you can come back to it.
That is happy time, yes.
That really rhymes my Johnsons. But I did check, and the shields don't go all the way down.
Nope. No,
so he could have easily used the knee guards.
I'm looking at it right now. It's going down to just below the waist.
Fire a rocket! Blow them through!
The problem with Mandalorians is that they're so OP. They have so many weapons and so many, so much gear.
Dude, that's the point. They're the only ones they're one of the only types of groups that can go toe to toe with Jedi.
I know.
Django has a fucking kill list of Jedis that he's got a couple under his belt.
Yep.
I know. It's just ridiculous. Yeah.
Why are you taking the screen, Yard?
He took over the screen for like 10 seconds.
Me?
No, Ned.
No. I'm just playing with settings on here. I'm still figuring out how StreamYard works. So I was just what does that button do?
I actually kind of like this. Maybe we could do this instead of Twitter Spaces here. Or
this is what I've been saying.
I want to do this instead of Twitter Spaces, but I can't figure it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Maybe I just might do that whenever I'm.
I'd have to go on other people's channels because mine doesn't fucking work. Pisses me off. It really does.
Wait, what happened that I wanted to mention? There was something about one of the Twi'leks that got people all riled up, and people were talking about it. And
you mentioned this in that one space that you're talking about
I mentioned it to Nazo, and he knows about it.
Are you talking about the trans thing?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, one of the Twi'leks. No, and here's the thing.
No, that's what people are claiming.
I don't even know if it was intentional.
They're claiming it's a trans Twi'lek because he's got.
Know what I'm talking about? There is a Twi'lek that takes. I think it was Fennec's helmet. It was either Fennec's helmet or Boba's helmet, and they're shirtless. So that they're probably a guy because obviously you can't see their breasts because they would be wearing a bra or a shirt or something. But they have horns. And only Twi'lek females have horns.
Yeah, I personally think that it was a costume flaw.
Yeah, me too. I don't think that it was intentional on their part.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys do, whatever Disney will do, whatever they're always gonna do whatever. But I'm guessing that this was just a costume flaw, that they didn't really do their research that much on Twi'leks and just did that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a costume error and they just put the wrong
I can't believe
headgear on for the actor. But
I can't believe that it's anything other than. I don't care if it is trans Twi'lek. I don't care. But
representation of my Star Wars is woke bullshit.
But the way that people are actually looking at this as taking out a magnifying glass to try to prove it one way or the other, I'm like,
it's not that big a deal. It's literally a side character. I don't think we're gonna see that character again.
Yeah,
we may. I mean, because we are gonna go back to the spa because we see more shots of it in the trailer. We are gonna go back. We may see that character again, and maybe if they have more screen time, that will be cool. It will be cool trans representation. But I would like more trans characters or gender neutral characters that are just casually gender neutral.
We're probably only going to see that character again if Fennec is giving him the doomy eyes. But
yeah, I like gender neutral.
Will this show be bad or
gender neutral? I like Ranger.
I honestly, this again, other than this whole logical other than this whole logical thing that Boba Fett stepped into with, pretty much just easily falling into this trap. I'm like, dude, you're an experienced bounty hunter. You've been one for years. You set up a trap for Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
You should know. You should smell a trap when you see it.
The giant chicken is Boba Fett.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. Other than that, I think the show is okay.
Yeah.
I'm literally fine with everything else. I don't mind.
The show is shit.
Fuming right now.
I don't mind.
The show is shit. Nope. There's
Okay.
I find nothing redeeming about the show.
I do want to talk about positives though, just stuff that isn't like an asterisk.
No, that's actually why. No, Joe. That actually is why I wanted you to be able to come because I wanted to have somebody who I knew was positive on it. I didn't want it to just be
positives on the show. And I absolutely agree with because I talked to Joe about this before. The way the Trandoshans look now.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, no, they were more humanoid in The Mandalorian, and now they look more like something at a creature shop, and I'm like, oh my god, that actually looks like a fucking alien. Thank you.
Yeah, I did not like the Trandoshans in Mando.
I'm actually going to pull back just a little bit on saying that everything's shit. There are good visuals in it. When I think about the show, I think about the plot and that stuff, and the visuals are always secondary to me. But the visuals, there's a lot of good visuals, and I will grant it that.
Yeah, no, that I agree with you. Like, there isn't really much of a plot yet, so I can't really comment on the plot. I'm gonna wait till the show's over before I actually start commenting on the plot.
Oh, but, I figured
you're gonna still watch the show though, Naso?
Oh yeah, of course. Once a week, my dad and I are gonna watch an episode, and I'm gonna. I'm not. Even with this episode, I wasn't looking for things to complain about.
I wasn't looking for them. They presented themselves to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Every time I watch something, I never look for things to complain about. Something will pop up, and I'm like, "Well, why'd you do that? Why are you doing that now? Why are we doing this?"
Yeah,
this makes no sense.
I think we need to mention something. People are saying that the mayor of Mos Espa is going to be Cad Bane. It's not going to be Cad Bane. Because in the trailer, we see that red Twi'lek guy who came to Jabba's palace. He comes to... In the trailer, we see him, like, bowing down to this Ithorian. And I'm like, oh, the Ithorian is the higher-up. And I would assume
the Ithorian's likely the mayor.
Yeah,
well, that makes sense.
I think it's going to be Cad Bane. I don't think the mayor is going to be Cad Bane. It's probably the Ithorian. Cool.
Well, there's always... I even suspect that those assassins were sent by the mayor. Because he said expect another greeting soon.
Yeah,
that's
a decent possibility.
It's weird to me though that all the like pretty much everyone we know 100% is reporting to the mayor is a Twi'lek, but then you have all the people in like the red robes who attacked Boba and Fennec were human. So part of me thinks maybe they're not the same like
humanoid at least.
Well, here's the thing: using human henchmen and using Twi'lek slaves are two different.
Well, I don't think all of those Twi'leks were slaves. I think they were just like normal workers.
Dude, most of the females there had to be slaves. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself.
This is Mos Espa.
Don't kid yourself. Most of the Twi'lek females there are slaves. At least some of the men are too.
Yeah.
It's like having a room full of Zeltron and asking if they're whores or not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to mention the what's the word? The presentation of the show. So first of all, the creature designs are really good. Like the Gamorreans, obviously.
Yeah, no, the Gamorreans are great. Those were ripped Gamorreans, by the way. I
liked the Gamorrean designs. I actually really liked them. And the characters for the Gamorreans. I like that Boba lets them live. And I like that they follow him around. And I like the joke about how, oh, why are you not letting them push you on the litter? And he's like, I can walk on my own 2 feet. I thought that was funny. And I like that the Gamorreans do come in to help at the end. I thought that was really cool. And I hope we see more of those Gamorreans. If we do, I may end up making them in Lego. I may get
we probably are going to see more of the Gamorreans because they're Jabba henchmen now. Matter of fact, I remember in one of the trailers they're standing behind him and Fennec.
We'll see. We're going to see more.
It's pronounced Gamorrean.
I remember one of the clones in Battlefront pronouncing them Gamorrean.
Right.
Maybe
no,
I
they're
guess.
definitely Gamorrean. I think they're. I think when I was little, I said Gamorrean, but
I was the same way. I think I was Gamorrean.
Though.
Nah, whatever.
I think I was Gamorrean when I was a kid.
Gamorrean.
Because they are from the planet Gamor.
Gamor.
Okay, that makes sense.
Not Gamorrean or.
I said Gamorrean.
Yeah. No, I remember seeing that in the front of an X-wing book, which was like for Wraith Squadron or something.
Yep, and they had a Gamorrean.
I actually think they called him like Piggy as like his nickname or something.
I think so. Yeah.
Space Piggy.
He'd actually had genetic therapy that actually made him a genius.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was one of the smart ones.
You guys can still hear my mic, right? It's just not going a bit louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
And I can actually turn you up if you think I need to.
Yeah.
We gotta, but what else? I think that Max Rebo looked really good. I think that like he obviously was a puppet, but I'm okay with
okay. Maybe that
I think looked good. The Trandoshans obviously was great because I didn't like how they looked in Mando, which is fine because they weren't in Mando that much. They were in it for like 2 seconds to fight Din on Arvala, but the fact that they have new prosthetics for them and they have like slight CG modifications on them is so cool to me, and I'm pretty sure this means we're gonna get Bossk because they have pretty much the same screen time as those Trandoshans in Mando. So like, why would they invest in like a new design for them if they were just gonna do the same thing with them? Like, I think that Bossk is pretty much gonna happen.
And Bossk, really I agree, is a likely, and I'm hopeful for Cad Bane.
Cad Bane will probably happen.
Yeah, because he's actually got reason to see Boba.
Yeah. And while I would like for Kira to be the main villain, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Kira's going to be a villain. That would be cool. I would love it if Kira was an antagonist.
Is Crimson Dawn even around anymore by that point?
They're around after Empire with like the Ochi comics with Vader, because Kira is doing her own thing like after Empire. After Return of the Jedi, I don't know. I don't think Crimson Dawn is around anymore. But who knows?
It makes me wonder if one of Boba's enemies, and again, they'll probably graft him into the canon. You said they already did, actually. If one of Boba's enemies might end up being Prince Shizor.
Yeah, that would be cool if we see Fallines again. That would be amazing. Because I like the Falline designs, and I really hope that we see more of the crime syndicates, because the Pikes I can do without because we've gotten a lot of the Pike Syndicate. But seeing like
we got the Pikes in Solo, if I remember.
We got the Pikes in Solo. We got the Pikes in the Clone Wars. We got them in the fucking Bad Batch. We have the Pikes. We have had way too many of them, so I could do without the Pikes. But like Black Sun, Crimson Dawn, that would be cool. But
yeah, well, the only reason I bring up like Black Sun is again that I had recently read the Shadows of the Empire comic, which is fantastic. By the way, it was great.
The Black Sun has been really underused. They haven't been used that much in the current canon.
Yeah, no, my point is, at least as far as the Disney era is going, it seems like this is their time to rise.
That would be cool
since they've been kept since they used to be kept under Maul's thumb.
Yeah, they did nothing in the current canon as of now. They were in the Clone Wars arc like once, and they appeared in the Siege of Mandalore like super quickly, and then that was it. they didn't appear again.
I don't even know which Falleen that was. It was just some random crime boss.
No, it was the leader of like the one of the gang on Mustafar, but
the one dude that didn't get his head chopped off.
Yeah, and he's like,
was that Mustafar or was that Sullust? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
What was it in Legends? Because I may have said Mustafar by accident when it was
Sullust. It might have been. I suspect it might have been Sullust because that's also a volcanic world, or it could have been. For all I know, it could have been Serapin. Serapin is another volcanic world.
Yeah, because I remember reading something and I saw not a report, like someone said, oh, the home world of the Black Sun, like where they organize everything, is blank, and I remember like, oh, I didn't know that and it was a planet I recognized, so it may have been Sullust or Mustafar, but
it's in Legends the main in Legends, if I recall, the main
there was some
world
beeping noise going on in the background.
No,
if I recall the main Legends world for Black Sun, and I'm thinking about Alexei Garin, because he was the failed Jedi apprentice that ran Black Sun. I think the world was Raltier.
Oh, okay.
At least that's just what I remember from the Darth Maul comic I read, which again is another Aces comic.
Yeah, but
I didn't want to embarrass you in the Boo Boo Buddy Club. By the way, you said you're you said you're straight, but you were gawking over shirtless Maul.
It's okay.
I'm fucking with you, dude. I'm just fucking with you.
What did I say about Maul? I said he was like a beefcake or something.
I believe you said daddy.
Oh
God.
Oh no.
I'm trolling you, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. But
do you guys think that Star Wars will get any better, or
I think I'm not in the best place right now to say that I like it, because everyone in the chat is like not anti-Disney Star Wars, but they're not like the biggest fans. But
you're welcome to say you like it. It's fine.
Stream, including the chat, who actually likes Disney Star Wars. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's good. I've
been trying to give them a chance for years.
Yeah,
and I'm just getting burnt out.
Yeah.
No, as it stands, this is part of the reason why I focus more on the expanded universe on Legends. As it stands, it's a bit more quality in the older stuff than it is now.
A bit.
And this, okay, I'm being generous, more than a bit.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to shit on anybody that likes Disney. You like Disney canon, fine. Like Disney canon.
I'm on board with that. Yeah.
No skin off my back. I just don't appreciate being called a hater or shit like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I just want the fandoms to get better or something. I mean, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I know.
I get it, CT. It's actually a noble cause, and I was initially like that. I was like, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong. You can like both and everything, but like there was such extremes on both ends that I'm like, Jesus, these people need to work this out.
I had somebody tell me I was being toxic for making a hashtag called "Not My Boba."
Oh yeah, I forgot who said that, but it was someone.
I know what I said. In the Twitter chat.
Give me a freaking break. Like, if they're gonna call what I said toxic, I'm not really sure I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, no offense, but toxic nicety and suck-upism that I've seen from some Disney fans, and they go like heavy levels of toxic nicety and suck-upism from time to time.
Which is funny, because those are the same people that are like, oh, be positive, don't be so negative, and then they're the same people that are like canceling people on Twitter. And I'm not saying that goes for everyone, because obviously I do my best to be somewhat positive, and I like canceling.
Twitter gets to all of us at times.
obviously you don't. Obviously, we don't always succeed. And again, like,
Yeah.
after the Twitter polls I just had not that long ago, I got like literally like 2 votes total, 50-50, because I think Twitter has me like shadow banned or something. I'm just like, you know what?
Shadow banned?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I've opened up like an EU server on Netcat's Netcat's server.
Yep, a channel on my server. Yeah.
Yeah, a little channel to discuss fun EU stuff. And the only rule obviously is keep things nice and civil. Don't shit on anybody.
Yep.
On Twitter here.
No,
it's not.
on Discord.
It's not on Twitter. It's in. I mean, you're in. You're in his Discord server and the NetKitty server.
Yes,
yep.
I am.
Yeah, so I set up that little EU, and again, I can tell you trying to talk to somebody there, CT, but don't see it as a hostile place, please.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid that.
I know. I know.
Don't make me don't make me pretend to take out my mod hammer.
For me, the timeline for Disney Star Wars goes like this. Like, I liked The Force Awakens. I liked Rogue One. I was okay with The Last Jedi because I liked half of it, and then the other half I was like, what are we doing with our lives? And then I liked Solo. I thought Solo was good. So I was really just like in limbo with it's good. I don't know how I feel about it, and I'm not the biggest fan right now.
I was initially thinking Solo was an original story, which is why I kind of gave it the benefit of the doubt. But then after reading about there's a couple Han Solo trilogies, as well as a Lando Calrissian trilogy that freaking reference certain things. Because I was watching Matt Wilkins, and it references certain things that sound suspiciously like stuff I've seen in Solo, and I'm like, oh my god, not even that was original? Good lord.
Okay, so this is the MO for anybody who has not read as much Legends as I have. This is what Disney has been doing with Star Wars. They have been cherry picking in little pieces from tons and tons of books without giving any of the context, and then renaming it and putting it into their movies. I'm not even trying to be an asshole about this. It's
just honesty.
I know. The Rise of Skywalker is definitely obvious of the
I'm not
Dark Empire.
I'm actually talking about like K2SO. Oh, not K2SO. It was the elite one, LE3T, I believe it was. The droid that, yes, the droid that wanted to free all the droids. Okay, yes. This actually came in the New Jedi Order, I believe it was, and it was C-3PO along with Han Solo, and it was during the Vong War, and the droids were actually and the droids were being rounded up on this planet because the Vong hate droids, and C-3PO who ended up freeing the droid slaves and dragged Han Solo along with him to do it.
Huh.
Come on, give me a break. This was so goddamn original in Solo.
For a second, I thought you were going to reference Vufi Ra.
That's a name if I ever heard it.
Vufi Ra was actually one of Lando's droid companions.
After hearing that, I can never complain about a name in Star Wars again. I can never complain about that ever again. That name.
But with all these people who were actually criticizing Solo because, oh my God, they had they've got that droid that wanted to free the slaves. How stupid is that? I'm looking at it going, no, it's not because it's stupid. That's the problem. It's because it's another thing that's been stolen and not done well. Thank you. And this happens all over all of their stuff. And when people say that somebody is a Jason Solo knockoff, there's reasons to say that. When somebody says that somebody is a Jada Solo knockoff, there's reasons to say it. Yet they decided that the EU was bad enough that they had to decanonize it, but they just can't help going back to it.
Sure.
They're pretty much using it as a source book at this point.
But Kathleen Kennedy told us that they didn't have anything.
Yeah. I know she's a terrible leader.
I'm just joking about her particular comment. I'm not making a comment on her herself right there. She actually stated that they didn't have all the source material like Marvel has.
Maybe get a plan though. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I think I know what she was trying to say, but I think
because they decanonized it. That's why they didn't have the source material.
I love the Will Smith meme that came with that. It's his hands just like pointing to all the fucking EU novels right there.
Oh, that's funny. But I think Kathleen Kennedy has only been doing a good job very recently. Specifically after Rise of Skywalker came out, when we were getting stuff like Fallen Order and The Mandalorian, and I know Mando and Fallen
Order's crap. Fallen Order's crap.
Is so good. But
I enjoy Fallen Order. I'm one of the rare idiots that
Padawan of Christ watched me attempt playing in Fallen Order, and I got so pissed while playing it. The lightsaber
I'm still
feels
surprised
like
you made it past the menu screen.
I enjoyed
the combat is so good. It's just
not
like
bad.
Baseball bat lightsabers. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's something that's something I felt need to criticize, because again this is coming from someone who actually liked and enjoyed the game, who actually did have fun with it. The lightsaber baseball bat was bullshit.
And that's so central.
If you play older games like Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy, you can cut off a stormtrooper's hand, hear him scream, and he's like holding the scarred nub before he dies.
Yes.
He's like, ah!
It feels like you're using a lightsaber.
You mean I just cut down a stormtrooper and he's screaming bloody murder? Yeah, of course I used the lightsaber.
Okay, here's the thing. I need to be honest with you guys. I think that the baseball bat mechanic worked in the beginning of the game because obviously Cal isn't as skilled, and I'm someone who likes to like pay attention to the more like minor details. By the end of the game, when you're like fighting Vader, you can't tell that his combat does get better. So
it's not his combat; it's how it feels. It's that Joe. The problem is that
satisfying.
No, it's not.
So good.
I had fun with the combat. I loved it, and there is a similar. I
swing a lightsaber at a beastie, and it just dies with no marks on it.
Well, actually, there's some beasts where you can actually cut off their hands, so that was a benefit.
Well, that's good.
You can chop the rat things in half, and it is so good. It feels so sasatisfying.
I'm more talking about the things that attack you.
Yeah, the rat.
Well, the rats attack you, but
the rats attack you. Wait, I'm literally loading.
I mean, it would be better if the stormtroopers were chopped in half. It would in the game.
It would actually be a little bit more. Because if you're feeling like a Jedi, you want to feel like, because there was a similar problem in the first Force Unleashed too. Your lightsaber feels like a baton in that one too. The second one though, when you chop off people, like their heads get cleaved off in the second one. So that
one. Up the game
I'm gonna go find that live stream.
If it's as good as I remember.
I am going to go find that live stream, and I am going to put the link in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Which live stream?
Okay, the game.
Your live stream?
Yeah, just so people can see, because I gave it an hour and 20 minutes, and then I went, fuck this game.
Wait, you didn't even finish it?
No, because I got bored playing it. I did not finish it. No, because
I think he did. I think he finished the prologue and then said, "Fuck it."
What?
No, I got past the. Yeah, I was on the first planet after the prologue, and it was boring.
What? But you got like 5 minutes in. What? You got 5 minutes in? How was that boring? How did you wait? You got 5 minutes in and you quit? How?
That's just Ned, Joe. That's just Ned being himself.
No, you're crazy. I'm absolutely. How did you get 5 minutes in and say it's boring? You didn't even start the game. You fought Second Sister once, and then you meet up with Seer, and then you meet BD1, and then you turn it off. How? My mind is racing. You're like the master of criticism, and then you with Fallen Order, you just turn it off. I'm actually like angry right now.
Have you played a Ghost of Tsushima Net or Dark Souls?
Dark Souls is his comfort game.
I mean, Fallen Order is just like that.
As Dark Souls.
Yeah, I think Dark Souls is, or I think Fallen Order is more like it's more like probably more like Ghost of Tsushima than it is Dark Souls. But
fair enough.
I just saw
in those games they're not in those games they're not keep in mind in those games they're not afraid to cut off limbs and squirt blood effects.
I don't think the game needs to be that violent. The Fallen Order didn't need to be that violent.
Someone's mic's making noise or something here, like
that's probably that's either Net or Joe clicking or something.
It's
like
me.
On a keyboard.
It's definitely me because I'm playing the game right now to prove Net wrong. I will not let the slander go unfinished. I'm okay with slandering the Mandalorian because I know.
You know what? Joe, why don't you just like? If possible, Joe, why don't you just stream?
Joe, you have not answered my question. What? No. Oh, you. No, Joe, shut up.
I have to get through the prologue.
Joe,
no.
Give him
chill. Listen to what Net's saying for a minute.
Okay. You keep on saying I got 5 minutes into the game. Where the hell are you getting that number?
For what? Hour and a half?
I did about an hour and a half.
You said you finished the prologue on the first planet.
I finished the prologue, and then I moved on to the first planet.
I don't think he's talking about.
Bracca's the first planet. You can't say that and expect.
Bracca's the prologue, and then I think he went to Zepho, I believe.
Okay, that's probably fair then. Okay, I'll give you that. I thought you meant you went to Bracca and then you turned it off. Like, okay, I'll give you that then.
No, it was after the you start killing things after Zepho.
Also, this was my second time playing the game. By the way,
I apologize. I thought you meant you.
It's not Zepho. It's Bogano. That's what it is. It's not Zepho. It's Bogano.
Okay.
This was also my second time playing the game. The first time I played it, it was because people had told me it was like Dark Souls, and I played even further than I did this time.
That PewDiePie meme.
Have you played Dark Souls? For anyone who calls this just like Dark Souls, I ask, have you played Dark Souls? In Dark Souls, you get to choose your armor, which matters. You get to choose your weapon, which matters. In this, you don't get to choose your armor. You get to choose something in that just visually looks a little different, a different poncho.
Choose your preset poncho. The customization in Fallen Order is shit as far as costume.
And for choosing your weapon, you get to choose a different handle and a different colored blade, which changes nothing. What does it functionally matter?
They could improve it in the sequel.
I'm down for a sequel. I mean, do a better job. I'm down for that.
How can you fix what's perfect, my man? Next thing you're going to tell me is that Spider-Man PS4 is overrated. But then again, I haven't played that game, so it's fine. You can slander it all.
I've never played it.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it.
Will Ghost of Tsushima be coming to Xbox or no? I mean, I would
probably not. No, Ghost of Tsushima is a PlayStation exclusive.
Fuck.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry, Jedi Fallen Order is bad. That's my opinion. And anybody who calls
what did you think of the story, though?
from what I saw of the story looked fine. I criticize
the characters at least.
Yeah, I'm criticizing it as
the game.
I'm criticizing it on the game itself. I'm not criticizing it on the story.
Okay.
He says the story looked fine, but the game itself fundamentally failed as a Star Wars game.
Yup.
Okay. You guys are making
and
me
as
sad.
and as a Dark
Again,
Souls,
I'm not saying this. This is him saying this. I enjoyed the game.
Because with Dark Souls, one of the things that makes Dark Souls so much fun is that you can be a wizard, you can be a person who uses axes, you can be a person who uses rapier, you can use a bow and arrow. You have all of these choices. And that's one of the biggest draws to Dark Souls. Dark Souls is great. And these fundamental things about Dark Souls that I love are not even just badly handled, they aren't there. So
in Fallen Order, I get it, man.
Yeah, so when somebody tells me that this game is like Dark Souls, I just go, what the fuck are you talking about? I know Dark Souls, and this isn't it.
Old Moon Emperor says it's Fallen Order is more similar to Sekiro.
That does seem accurate. I've heard things about Sekiro.
I don't know anything about Sekiro, and that I was considering trying it, and that concerns me about trying it.
I think Sekiro is more bloody though, because my boss played it.
What is going on with you? Joe, your mic is malfunctioning or something.
No, he's still playing the game on keyboard.
Okay.
But Joe, either you or CT should do a playthrough of Fallen Order, and so that Nick can see the entire story and then make his judgment of the story. Because I can tell he's completely already made up his mind about the game play.
Yeah.
At the moment, at least.
My only problem with the game, and this is literally my only complaint, aside from like some bugs with like the visuals. My only complaint.
I would like to mention that I do occasionally revisit games
where Cal gets captured by bounty hunters and he fights them in an arena, and it's just an excuse for them to have a mini boss, and I thought that was lame. But that's literally.
I love the arena scene. That's when you got the. I loved the arena scene. That's when you got like the fucking Who blasting the Huttese version of their song.
Okay.
The only part I didn't like about it was that
is there invite link here or to Streamlabs?
It felt like something out of Thor Ragnarok.
Well, the only thing I didn't like about it was that I played it on Jedi Knight level and it was frustrating as fuck. But other than that, like the very concept of fighting in an arena was fucking fun.
Bro, I played on Jedi Master level.
What you're saying, CT?
I'm looking is the Streamlabs invite. I mean, okay, maybe you can definitely sort of kind of share the link to this website here. Some people on my Discord chat are wondering how we weren't invited.
This is on StreamYard. I don't really care if they won't, and it's also on YouTube. So yeah,
it's you.
This is YouTube. But I only gave the actual invite link to specific people.
Right.
So that we could comment together.
I didn't really feel like having some of the crazier fans of Boba Fett who have been badgering me to suddenly jump on. Nope. No, normally when I do one of these, I kind of intend to possibly pin the actual invite link, but I don't really want to deal with the crazies right now.
Fair enough.
No, that makes logical sense. You're not dealing with the crazies.
I could also try to do a StreamYard, on just through a tweet here, or I don't. Well, but again, it would have to be very careful with, maybe there could be a potential crazy person try to come in here.
Well, that's why you keep the invite limited to like DM friends, and then as it broadcasts on YouTube, which it likely will,
Because that's what I did here.
Yeah,
because I actually shared the actual YouTube link to Twitter in general.
Right. Okay.
And I've got no problem if you share the actual YouTube link to anyone. Just don't share the invite link.
Okay. Okay.
However, what I will say is that even if you did share that link, the only person who can actually bring them live is me.
That is true.
So,
Yeah.
Because I've got this little button at the bottom of my screen that says guests, and I can add or kick anyone that I want at any time, and I can mute any of you too. Yeah, like I was saying earlier when Joe wasn't listening, I was like, I'm about to mute you, and yeah, I got that power too.
Silence.
The idea is not to get frustrated here. All right, it's keep it civil.
I'm not frustrated.
I know.
Too much.
I just want civility back into the fandom and between fandoms here, like the Star Wars and Zootopia fandom.
That's the problem with Twitter, CT, is that Twitter does not allow for civility. Outside Twitter, yeah, definitely. You can probably find it because there's not some rando trying to bite your ass off about something you said.
Sure.
Oh, actually, the one thing that I am going to say about Jedi Fallen Order that isn't quite as incendiary is that for all that I don't like it, what I will say is that it seemed to appeal to many people who really dislike so much of the stuff that is happening currently in Star Wars, as well as current Star Wars, as well as fans of the current Star Wars. So,
well, I heard Chris Avallone was behind the game a little bit.
So, no matter how I feel about it, Fallen Order is a success that has happened. That has happened. So so that's a good thing.
And I like Chris Avallone was behind the game a little bit, and that dude was behind the writing for the phenomenal KOTOR 2. So I got to applaud it for that. Hell, he even he even criticized TLJ from what I hear.
Huh.
Chris Avallone.
Yeah. Which is funny because I think he's what makes it funny was that he made the original The Last Jedi in the form of KOTOR 2. Because I've mentioned before, The Last Jedi is the poor man's KOTOR 2.
I literally, as soon as you mentioned the guy who wrote Fallen Order wrote KOTOR 2, I literally think, is he going to mention the thing about Last Jedi?
Oh yes, of course. I have to mention it.
Oh my
well, I don't have to mention it. It's just an uncomfortable fact that people don't like.
It's an uncomfortable fact.
What uncomfortable fact? Sorry, I started off a bit moment.
When I say TLJ Last Jedi is the poor man's Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah.
TLJ is the poor man's Knights of the Old Republic 2. I get it.
Yeah, because Knights of the Old Republic 2, the biggest difference between that and TLJ, Knights of the Old Republic 2, it did exactly what TLJ did, but rather than just leave it at that, it built on any sort of flaws or mistakes in the mythological narrative and gave them a bit more reality and stuff like that. Whereas TLJ was just like, nah, it's all bullshit, and that's it. I was like, well, that's insulting. Just leaving people
something.
I'm like that's insulting. Just leaving people with like a bullshit empty blank slate.
Mm-hmm.
Empty blank slate.
Give us some sort of
Republic 2 did.
It dismantled specific tropes in Star Wars, but also improved upon them, and actually explained to the audience why the tropes were important in the first place.
Right.
Whereas with TLJ, it was like, yeah, these tropes are stupid, fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you kind of get with Rian Johnson here. I mean, So far, it seems to be wise that they have not announced that he's, doing a Star Wars trilogy himself here at this point.
The only thing
I still don't believe that's happening.
Yeah, I don't buy it either. I'm never actually
up on the StarWars.com site for films that are coming up. So
if it happens,
it didn't cancel it.
Joe, I'm not saying they've canceled it. I'm just saying that I don't think it's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it's
though? Like it's never going to happen.
Well, I'm saying officially canceled.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it could be up there as much as you like, but if they never get around to it, because that's how
I'd say give it 2 or 3 decades before it actually happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm more than willing to say that I could be wrong, and if it comes out, I'll admit, hey, I was wrong.
And again,
I just don't see it.
I've got nothing against Rian Johnson myself.
Hey,
it's just I think
Looper was actually pretty good.
Looper was okay. I didn't think it was that great.
He showed that. Well, he was very much up his own ass and huffed his own smart farts while making that movie. But it was the first half of the movie was like it was written by a different person than the second half of the movie.
For Last Jedi?
But no,
yeah,
Looper.
Pretty much how.
I liked the movie, and it was going pretty well for like the first half, and then he met himself. And what the joke I made to my wife was, what should happen now is that everything just goes black and just be a big troll job, because once he met himself, the universe imploded. And then nobody talks about that black stuff happening at the end, just like no one. Just like no one spoils Sixth Sense.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing I didn't fully understand. He kills himself in the past, therefore the future version of himself dies in the past. So I'm thinking to myself,
that was broken.
How the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah,
you shouldn't even if you shoot yourself in the past, regardless, you should have never been able to travel back in the first place.
No, actually,
here's the thing. Think of it like this.
Guys. There are time travel paradigms that can work in, and keep in mind, time travel is kind of my thing. And there are ways to make that work, but here is the real problem with that. He does that, and it erases the shot that goes through her, I believe it was, but there were other things that it didn't erase. So it was pick the things that you want erased, but the things you don't want to erase that he did, those things still happened. And
honestly, if you base it off of multiverse theory, then I can see that being
that is part of it. Yeah,
being a logical. My point is, if he shoots himself in the past, that's not going to change the other version of him that came into the fucking past. That's not going to change at all.
There's ways to kind of make it work, but as I was saying to my wife while we were watching it, I was like, I think I'm putting more thought into making his time travel stuff work than he did.
Yeah, you probably did. You probably shouldn't have.
Oh no, it was fun to do.
No, if he can't explain it in the fucking film, then it doesn't deserve to be explained.
No, I get that, but
you should. The audience shouldn't.
Time travel. Time travel is my hobby. It is something that I enjoy delving into. But as I was doing this, I'm like, yeah, the amount of people who are not going to pick up stuff I'm talking about here. Yeah, your movie failed, dude. But I'm enjoying it. But your movie failed.
Well, so you're basically saying, yeah, your movie's fine with me, but I know this is going to be a critical bullshit because,
yep,
because nobody's going to understand what the fuck is going on.
I just really want to.
Pretty much.
I just really want to know how come Rian Johnson sort of thinks it's a good idea to, purposely divide audiences here. Really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he said that
because he's in his audiences.
Yeah, no. Again, I get that. I just don't think they should have done that for a main portion.
It's great.
No, a main entry. Yeah, a main entry in the Star Wars saga.
Right.
Yeah, because
which is
Ryan
supposed to
overestimated how dense modern audiences can be. It was not his place to make a Star Wars movie. Something like The Lighthouse or something like that would be a good place to have different what's the word? Different interpretations. Not like a Star Wars movie. Because
well, you can do it in a Star Wars movie, just don't make it a main title one. Make it a side entry. That's like
if he had made a defensive thing for like Rogue One, that would have been fine.
Rogue One.
Yeah, if he'd done a side story, like not to say say Rogue One, and did something that was experimental and whatever, there's room to do that there, but not as Episode 8 of the saga.
Yeah, that's pretty understandable.
By the way, there might be, the more I thought about it, there might be a way to fit Rogue One into the expanded universe.
Ooh.
And that's only based upon the whole multiple plans.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
It's based on the multiple plans retcon because Rihanna Sarin got a copy of the plans, Kyle Katarn got a copy of the plans. There was a rebel group. There was a rebel group named led by a woman who used to be in love with Han Solo named Bria Theron, who got a copy of the plans. She transferred them to Leia. So there's.
I like to think of it as like the Death Star plans were details of a puzzle here or plans here really.
Yeah. Well, you basically have the idea. You basically have to work upon the concept that Galen Erso worked very closely with Bevel Lemelisk.
Right.
And that I'm guessing you guys don't know who the hell I'm talking about, but Netcat does.
Have you guys heard of Stavros Cantina here or something?
No, you know who Bevel Lemelisk is, right?
Actually, I'm spacing on the name.
Bevel Lemelisk was like the Death Star's cheap technician. He had he had like a mechanical eye, slick back gray hair.
Yeah,
yep, probably.
So Joe knows who Bevel is.
So one thing to keep in mind with me is that I know very little about the comics. I'm Legends, and I'm novels only for the most part.
I know a great deal about the comics, so you and I could probably combine our knowledge.
Yep.
But and I've started getting I don't know why, because it's a little easier even for some of the X-Wing novels. I'm gonna start getting some Audible audiobooks and listening to them with my dad, so we can get better expertise into the expanded universe.
There's some really good ones on Audible. Yeah, I've got some of them.
Honestly, I'm not sure which of the which of the Thrawn trilogy I want to get. The ones where it's narrated by Mark Thompson, or the ones that are narrated by Dennis Lawson.
I enjoyed listening to the Darth Bane. I enjoyed listening to the Darth Bane trilogy, on Audible.
Yeah, my dad and I actually started. I know it's an odd place to start, but I've heard so many great things about the era. We started on Vector Prime.
Oh God. I mean, I love Vector Prime. Don't take my oh God to say that I don't. But starting there.
Well, here's the thing. I've already here's the thing though. I've already read about Star Wars chronology. I've already read a bunch of Star Wars chronology books. All right.
I guess that works, but it just feels like it's jumping to the the middle or last quarter of a book, going, I don't need to read the first 3 quarters.
Cool.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I wanted to start on it because like I've heard great things about the era. I really didn't want to read the Invasion comics. The thing that surprised me, not yet, without at least knowing a bit about the Vong era.
I have nothing but praise for that for those books. I'm just saying that starting there it hurts my brain.
Yeah, I know that's a bad place, but I already know about a lot of the stuff that comes before it, like the Han Solo and Lando stuff. Which interesting fact, Lando's droid Vufi Ra, his people are part of the reason the Vong invaded.
Oh yeah.
Apparently in the essential chronology of droids, even like Matt Wilkins talked about this. His people and that same dude from the Big Heap from the Droids cartoons, those idiots are the reason the Vong invaded.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're telling me your ancestors fucked things up so badly for these guys that they went on a straight, living technology vendetta, got cut off from the Force, and are now gonna like wipe out hundreds of billions of people.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god, what the fuck, dude? You gotta fix... Where the fuck were you when the Vong invaded? You gotta fix this.
Yep.
The one novel I am looking forward to for the new Jedi Order era, though, and it's just because I've heard so many good things in it, is Star by Star.
Okay.
That's the one that's got my interest. It's down the line, obviously. And in the meantime, I am going to read other novels, like novelizations. I'm probably going to do like, Thrawn Trilogy, Black Fleet Crisis, X-Wings books. So it's not like I'm just doing... Huh? Huh?
Light of the Jedi.
What'd you say?
No, I said Light of the Jedi.
Light of the Jedi is High Republic.
I know. I've read half of it.
What did you think of it so far?
He said he read half of it. That should give you an indication that he's not going to read the rest.
I read half of it like a half a year ago. Right when it came out, I got it.
Who's your favorite character?
Is it possible to have a favorite when? Is it possible to have a favorite character when they're all shit?
Okay, come on. That's a little ridiculous. Okay, Loden Greatstorm was pretty cool.
To be fair, when I say that, that's actually because I don't remember most of their names and nobody stood out to me.
Okay.
So I can't really even randomly give you a name.
Loden Greatstorm was the Twi'lek Jedi. God, I've never even read the fucking book. But he's the Twi'lek Jedi that tortured his Padawan.
What?
With like trials and shit, right?
He didn't torture him. He was just like playing around with him. He didn't torture him.
Well, you mentioned he was kind of a dick of a teacher.
No, he wasn't a dick. He was just sarcastic. Like that's like saying Obi-Wan tortured Anakin or something.
Well, Obi-Wan was kind of a dick.
Oh, okay. But like
just a little bit.
When I told you when they jumped off that building, it wasn't training. It was like they had to like jump out of like a drop ship because the landing zone was like too flat or something. And then he said, and then Belly didn't make the landing right, and Loden saved him. And he said, "I'm sorry, we'll practice jumping off stuff when we get back to Coruscant or something like that." He wasn't like throwing him off skyscrapers. It was like it was a sarcastic remark. You silly beans.
Okay, so he was just being sarcastic asshole then.
Their relationship was sweet. Geode, Old Moon said in the chat, Geode though. Geode was
the sentient rock.
I like Geode, okay? Geode was a cool character.
Again, I'm just joking. Chill out.
What's this here? What?
I still stand by that Dwayne Johnson could probably play him pretty well.
No, that's a Funko Pop thing. You own a Funko Pops, Nat?
Oh, I own tons of them.
I thought only
if I were to get a Funko Pop, the only one that actually has my interest would be getting the Garrus one.
Yeah, good luck spending $100 on a Garrus Funko Pop because those were all convention exclusives.
I'd rather just have Brickheads.
How do you know? Do you have one?
No, I just looked it up on eBay. If you wanted a Garrus Funko, they're like super expensive because they're convention.
Ooh, She-Ra.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to get you one for like a thing.
Is that the Ben 10 She-Ra or the normal She-Ra?
It's normal She-Ra.
Okay. I've seen that joke before where it's the She-Ra from he's getting out his Funko.
This is better. This is 100% better. This is Brickheads. Much better. Better quality.
And points to anyone who knows who this is.
Anime.
Yes. More than that.
I did it. I got the thing. I win anime.
You got like 0.1 points for that.
Okay, that's still more than 0.
Brickheads are much more better because you get Brickheads are much more better because you get to build them.
Yeah,
yep, you got that, Moonbane. Now, do you know who she is in Soul Eater?
No.
Yeah, if you notice, one of the things that I use a lot with the anime girl that's giggling like and looking crazy. That's who that is. It's Maka Allborn. Yep, you got it, Old Moon.
Wait, you have a Funko of Maka?
Yep, that's what I was just showing.
Oh, that's freaking legit, dude.
Yep.
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, I'll show it again.
Did anybody got to see my Brickhead thing here? I mean, I have the Baby Yoda.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one of Soul?
Well, she's got the scythe.
Oh, okay. So it's just Scythe Soul.
Yep. Yeah, I just decided that I'd randomly show some of my Funkos. It was the camera.
Oh, is
That's Asanam.
Asuka.
Asuka. Sorry if I pronounced her name as with ass.
She is Asuka Langley Soryu.
Oh, that's the chick from the kid who masturbates to the chick in the bed.
What?
Uh-huh.
What are you guys talking about?
I know what Evangelion is. I'm talking about Evangelion.
Yep, Evangelion.
There's like a girl. I'm making a joke, mind you, because that's just part of the meme. There was like a girl in like dead hospital beds, and for whatever reason, the main character just jerks off to her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a fucked up show. Okay, wait, who is that?
I'm blanking on the name, but she's the magician girl in Castlevania.
Oh, okay.
Is she the one with? It's Sypha, I believe it is.
Sypha.
Is she the one with the?
Oh, Sypha. You do watch the Castlevania show.
I've watched the first season and a half. I've liked what I've seen, and I am really huge into the Castlevania games. So I actually know. know a lot about stuff in the games.
I thought you wouldn't like it because it was done by the animators that worked on the He-Man show.
Oh, actually, it was that the fact that the people who made the He-Man show, were the fact that people who made Castlevania made the He-Man show was one of the reasons why I was originally kind of looking forward to it. It wasn't until I saw the show that I wanted to kill things.
I know.
Which He-Man show? Is it the new one that you didn't like, or
the new one?
Are you underneath? It's He-Man Revelation, Joe. And have you been living under a rock to not have noticed this?
You know how some shows are subtle when they have like a woke message every so often?
Why do people hate Masters of the Universe?
There is absolutely. I've only seen like the episodes 2 and 3 of Revelation for Masters of the Universe. The self-claimed He-Man title. There is zero fucking subtlety in this show. Zero.
How is it woke though? Is it like new Star Wars?
The absolute complaints about Adam being a fucking disappointment to his father, and then them all just praising Teela. Not just keep in mind, it's not just Man-at-Arms that's praising Teela for being his daughter. It's the parents that are praising Teela. The Adam's parents are praising her. I think even fucking Orko was doing that too.
I wish that my son was more like you. This is what his
my dad saw that and he's like, "Oh my god!"
and how dare you be? Let's see here. I'm gonna go take a look at the meme. I'll be back.
Your son got murdered. How dare you? How dare you keep that secrets from me? This is about me.
Here it is. Your son and our hero died, but it's about my feelings.
She sounds like TJ from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Teela in this series is that self-centered of a bitch.
Yup.
And then, like, a year later, she has the weird side haircut. She's wearing, like, mannish type clothes, and and is now a lesbian with a chick of color.
Yep.
Just so you know, they're checking all the boxes. All the boxes.
Yeah.
I'm a lesbian now with a woman of color. I'm like, why does this show have zero fucking subtlety?
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I'm
like, I don't watch the show, so it's like all gibberish to me.
No, Masters of the Universe has the subtlety of the Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe has the subtlety of a herd of elephants on parade.
Oh, that sounds cool.
No, it's not. They blast from the heavens. We're woke as fuck. They're blast
woke about it. That's just what I'm wondering.
Again, the initial right away praising of Teela as like the most important thing on in the universe. Disappointment in Adam and He-Man getting killed, and then Teela complaining, "How could you all keep secrets from me like that?" I'm like, these people just lost their fucking son. They didn't. A lot of them.
Opening.
Yeah.
Oh my god! They rimmed him. Pacific rimmed him. Sorry.
Yeah, no, they killed.
Do I need to resend you that tweet that I made after watching that first episode?
I remember that was the first time I ever saw you angry.
But no, they do that. Then they skip ahead a year later. Teela's got the side haircut that everybody complains about.
Oh god.
She's got clothes and biceps
because of the stigma it creates, which just makes people angry.
Yeah. Well, again, like you don't see me having because Jack from Mass Effect has a similar hairstyle, and you don't see me complaining about her. She's got tats all over her body and piercings. I'm like, that's because Jack is an actually good fucking character.
Yeah.
But no, like, she's got the side haircut, and then she's dating a woman of color. She's a lesbian and she's dating a woman of color.
Nope.
I should mention that.
I have to correct something here. She is not lesbian. She is lesbian coded. If you watch the rest of them, Andra is ignored in the last 5 episodes for the most part. There is no hint of that relationship anymore, and she is obviously interested in Adam by the end of the show. So,
yeah, my dad and I never finished it because we're watching it. I'm like, Jesus, how did Net make it through this?
Is it Santa Inc. though?
Oh God,
I have not seen Santa Inc. But from what I've heard, I'm like,
I've watched 2 episodes.
I haven't watched Santa Inc. either.
The instant Seth Rogen started blaming it on white dudes, I'm like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Okay, no, never watching
this. That's actually okay. No, that's actually why I watched it. Not so. I watched it because I was like, what the hell is he going on about? I have to see this cringe-inducing thing.
I saw YMS's reaction on it only because I was like, I wanted to know what it was, and also I like your movie sucks. And he was talking about it on Twitch, and he's like, because he was watching the trailer and like pausing it, and he's like, are people mad because Seth Rogen is playing Santa and he's Jewish? It's like, is that what he meant? And then he goes halfway through the trailer, and he's like, oh, he's like, now I know why people are angry.
Yeah, you could actually feel the hate coming from just oozing through the screen.
I haven't even seen the trailer. So
he's like, I don't know why people are angry. He's like, are people mad that it's just Santa is played by a Jewish person? And then she says something about Santa being a woman, and he's like, oh, I know why people are upset. It was so funny.
Yeah,
but no, like,
it was so funny how quickly he turned.
Like, I'm one of those guys. Again, I'm one of those guys that, like, if I'm genuinely interested in something, I'll give it a shot. Like I said, I'm genuinely interested in what they're gonna do with the Book of Boba Fett. I don't think it's gonna be very.
It was originally about Boba Fett.
yeah.
Oh no, but like we mostly finished that, so I don't mind.
But no, like I'm genuinely interested in seeing what they're gonna do. Like, I don't think it's gonna be very good, but I could be wrong. I'm absolutely fine with being wrong. I would be happy if I was wrong. And it's, again, I do the same thing with like checking over stuff. Like for Joe had me check out Owl House, and I actually genuinely liked that show. So I'm like, okay, when's the next episode?
Yeah, a friend I know in the Zootopia fandom really loves that show too. I wish he could, come on here as well, but he's might be busy.
Oh, I'm probably not gonna keep the stream going that much longer, to be honest.
Yeah. No, but I will give things a shot. Santa Inc., like, I didn't even know had come out, and then people are complaining about it, and I'm like, and then I saw like 2 seconds of a trailer, and then apparently I found out it was like Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman complaining. I'm like, oh, Jews complaining about a holiday that's made for Americans. Like, I'm like, how surprising.
Yes. Yeah.
So I didn't bother with it. I'm like, everything I'm hearing about this show tells me I shouldn't bother with it. I only did Masters of the Universe out of curiosity, and we were watching it with Net, and we watched like the first 3 episodes, and I'm just like, why the fuck am I watching this? This is a waste of time, and this isn't even a good waste of time. Most of the time when I watch a show, it's usually a good waste of time. This is not a good waste of time. This is punishment for existing.
Punishment for existing.
This is like, I'm like, here's the thing, like, if I did something really bad and I wanted to punish myself for that stupid thing, I would probably watch Masters of the Universe again. just to punish myself, just to say, like, and when I felt I had enough punishment, I would stop the show. I'd have my mom set me on a timer. I'm like, can't I stop watching this now? No, 5 more minutes. God damn it. I'd look like fucking. I'd look like fucking the guy at the end of Spec Ops: The Line, Captain Walker. By the end of it, have you guys played Spec Ops: The Lines yet?
I've seen walkthroughs of it. Or I would like to get the game though. Could stream it while you can watch me playing it.
It is on 360, so you can probably get it no problem backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite games just because of how dark it fucking gets.
Guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna have dinner. I may come back for when I finish, but if I don't,
well,
I think the stream will be over by the time you're back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep. Have a good night. Bye.
I'll catch you later. But
So yeah, that was kind of funny. Just how much I triggered Joe by saying that I didn't like Fallen Order.
he went fucking overboard. I personally, like, I don't know anybody that's gone to that level, except like fucking Vandecoop. I don't even know why the hell I'm bringing him up.
Oh God, Vandy.
Vandecoop had me blocked.
Yeah.
So like, I can't even see how he's doing.
Is this a person, not a
Yes.
video game?
It's
no, this is an actual individual who.
This is a person who tried to get me drawn and quartered on Twitter for saying that Raylos are okay in general, and that I would welcome them in, but that I didn't think that TFM would welcome most. And he tried to get me drawn and quartered for that. Yeah, I kind of turned it back around on him. But yeah, and then he goes from that to suddenly being almost this kind of woke, not quite woke, but oh, I am all inclusive to everybody. Then not so has the nerve to compare the expanded universe with Legends to Clone Wars. And,
well, I wasn't even doing the Clone Wars. It was just the characterization of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That was still comparing the expanded universe
Bandicoot?
Bandicoot.
The guy Vandecoop, not Bandicoot. You mean Van?
No.
Yeah, I mean
on Twitter.
VICOUP.
We'd had disagreements before, and he had gone on rants before, and it usually ended civilly. So I'm wondering why the hell this one didn't end civilly.
Because he's not.
I kind of abandoned him.
Because
I followed him for reasons like, I mean,
because Vandecoop is not stable. I mean,
yeah.
I figured that out the hard way, kind of like Tut.
Yeah, he's getting better, but Tut is nowhere near as bad as that.
Tut's getting better.
Yeah, I still talk to him.
Tell me when he's normalized, please, because I really don't want to talk to him until like he's past his bipolar phase.
He's more turning in on himself right now, I think. But he has recognized just how nuts he'd gone. Yeah.
Well, if he wants to talk, he knows where to find me. I'm not coming crawling to him.
Nope.
Where is that really?
Wait, where I am?
Well, if he wants to talk, then he knows that I talk to you. Is basically what that comes down to.
You can be the proxy.
Yeah.
But again, like I set up Net set up a channel for Expanded Universe on his server for me to run. So I'm like, oh, yay. Yep. I finally feel like I have a place
canon? I can... What about Disney canon or...
we can talk about Disney canon, it just can't like overshadow what we've got there.
There's also a separate channel just called Star Wars.
Oh, okay, so we can talk about it there.
Yeah, I mean, I actually posted something in that just before this.
How about a discussion chat for Zootopia or Disney or...
I got no problem with that. I'll make one right now.
Of course, of course, there might not be a lot of people on your server that will be interested in, talking about it, but I'll post, some Zootopia art and fanfiction links, to it there. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's that's kind of not my thing.
You're not.
Well, that's one of the nice things about channels, though, because that means that he's got a place that he can post that stuff, and you don't have to look at it.
Of course. That's of course. I'm just saying that, like, for me, that's not my thing,
Yeah.
For the furry stuff, you mean, Nazo?
Yeah. It's just not my thing,
By the way, I'm actually re-downloading Jedi Fallen Order right now.
You're gonna give it another shot?
Well, do you know whether Joe uses a PlayStation or an Xbox? Because
Joe uses an Xbox like CT and me. I'm actually friends with Joe on Xbox. Actually, I'm a little surprised CT hasn't sent me a friend request.
Why do I not have you on Xbox here?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, how come you haven't sent me a friend request? What the fuck?
Well, I don't know what's your Xbox here.
It's the same as my Twitter and my Discord.
Oh.
My YouTube. I'm pretty much the same everywhere, except for like maybe Facebook and Instagram. Those have my real names. Probably not gonna sell that out.
I just go by Cody Spartan 25 on Xbox. Because apparently you can't have clone trigger. It's already 117. It's already been taken. When I signed up for Xbox. Sure.
Oh, you couldn't do a 117?
Yeah, clone trigger 117 or CT 117. I would have preferred, but so I just went with Cody Spartan 25 here.
Just put it in the Discord DM. I'll look at it later, and see if I can get it via Xbox.
Anyways, I think I should possibly just leave right now. So, this stream is being recorded, on YouTube.
Yeah, no. So all of our thoughts are going to be on Net's channel.
Good, good.
Everybody can hear you out, so don't even worry about it.
All right. Anyways, I gotta get going here.
I'll see you later, CT.
Bye. Hopefully we'll, do a stream yard on, for tomorrow night here. Would you
if
be
possible,
up for
that, yeah. If we can get it working, if nobody's because every time lately, my brother, since getting COVID, has camped out in the living room. So if he's not camped out there, if he's not dominating the TV, then yeah.
I would like to, play, Call of Duty, stream, on Twitch here with talking with you.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I need to go. Bye.
Later, CT. I need to figure out how to get this shit to work on my channel. Because it's not working at all with Google, so it allowed me to download Firefox, so maybe that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
At least I hope it can work. If not, then I may actually have to try Streamlabs, because this is frustrating as fuck.
Yeah. Or do you do anything based off of a computer? Because if you do, you could also stream based off of OBS.
I have nothing for a computer. Like, we have a family computer. It's really old.
And I get that. I just thought I'd mention it. But yeah, as opposed to, say, Spaces, where once you say something, it's gone into the ether because it doesn't save anything.
Well, there is a record function for Spaces, so you can save things. It's just I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't be able to discuss with you because whatever setup you have is messy. So
it's not the matter of the setup; it's the matter that I think Spaces are shit.
True enough.
I keep on telling you, I fixed that problem.
Again, I'm not trying to insult you or anything. I'm just
no, I know, but I mean that's not why I don't join. The reason I don't join is because you typically start them when I'm at work, and I can't really do much.
To be fair, even if I didn't do spaces, even if I found some way to get StreamYards to work, I'm guessing my timing would still be inopportune.
Not necessarily, because if you're doing it on StreamYard, or I wouldn't necessarily be able to jump in to talk like this, but there's this wonderful thing called the text chat, and that I can be in when I'm at work.
Oh yeah,
which is what Spaces sorely lacks.
Yeah, no, there's something I agree with you. Spaces sorely lacks that. The most you can do is listen and fucking wave.
Yeah, and that's why I rant about it, because Twitter is a text-based app, but you can't get away from that. So the idea that they made a voice option for it and then completely ignored the idea of anything to do with text with it, what the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah, I get you. I think the whole point is to have discussions there, that because maybe and even I agree, like, tweets are fast, but they're not fast enough to get the words out.
Mm-hmm. And it's really easy to take stuff out of context.
Oh yeah, no, at least when you actually, again, that's why I do faces next to my wording, and people still misunderstand. I'm like,
yep.
Are you not reading? Are you illiterate? What's going on here?
There's a reason why I use why I use GIFs as often as I do. They're like big ass emojis.
Oh yeah. No, most of the time I use the emojis because I'm too lazy to seek up a GIF. But lately I have been doing more GIFs, at least in group chats anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do video responses to things. I'm like, I don't really do that anymore. I've got like a shit ton of response videos, and I don't even use them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm honestly, I'm glad for the friends that I made on Twitter, but lately Twitter has just been getting on my fucking nerves.
Gee, I've never noticed.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I became like an uptight Canaanite or something like that.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I think that the biggest way that I stay sane on it is that I refuse to get into any long ass discussions on Twitter that are.
I've absolutely avoided arguments now from there. Yeah, like, if I have something to say, I'll say it. But for the most part, I've absolutely avoided any long-winded arguments. Like, I've seen Joe's threads where he's had like long-winded arguments with people, and I'm like, nope, stay the fuck out of that. No, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the limit that I put is that I tend to be unwilling to do more than to
You still there? I think the sound disappeared on me.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. The sound disappeared on me for a second.
I had the nerve to actually switch away from the web browser. I tell you.
Old Moon says he's never heard my voice before. I'm like, yes, you have.
Oh, I think I'm probably gonna end the stream.
Yeah, it seems like a good time. We've been going at it for almost 2 hours.
2 hours
now. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
My week's about to get busier anyway because like work's coming back.
I actually have off most of the time up through the new year. So woo.
Nice. Mm-hmm. All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Bye.